I don't think anybody could kick Bruce Lee's ass. Not only me, nobody else. I think Bruce Lee was the greatest martial artist that ever lived. The guy was absolutely incredible. I fought the best. I trained with the best. I know great martial artists, and there's never been anybody, in my opinion, like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was unbelievable. I know who Bruce Lee sparred with.
Yeah.
I know. They won't tell you, but I know people he sparred with. I never mention their names either. But Bruce Lee was untouchable.
Yeah.
It's absolutely unbelievable. I'm talking about sparring. I'm not talking about just working techniques. I'm talking about when it came to sparring, Bruce was unbelievable. Unbelievable. People don't know. They don't know. I want to clear up something. You know, I'm on that internet, you know, so I read some of these comments that people have on the internet about Bruce Lee and myself, and he's like the Michael Jordan, beyond Michael Jordan. So many people don't know how great he was. I mean, people always ask me to come up here, they say, Jim, how great was Bruce Lee? I said, you don't really know, and a lot of people won't tell you how great he was, but I will tell you. In my personal opinion, Bruce Lee was a step above everybody. I mean, everybody.
What is up, guys? Welcome back. I know you already saw the intro and you already saw the title. Today we got a great video. We're going to be reacting to the legendary Jim Kelly about his interactions and opinions on the Bruce Lee himself. If you're new and you do not know who Jim Kelly is, well, he is actually an accomplished martial artist compared to the likes of Chuck Norris and Joe Louis. In the 70s, Jim Kelly was a 4-time Grand National Karate Champion on top of being the #1 middleweight karate champion in the entire world. He's not a slouch. Yet again, he was doing the stuff when Chuck Norris and Joe Louis were also in the karate tournaments as well. So he knew his stuff. He was yet again a world champion who trained with Chuck Norris, who trained with Joe Louis, and who obviously trained with Bruce Lee. So we're gonna see his reaction on his thoughts on Bruce Lee, because this is a guy who trained and sparred with Bruce Lee. And Jim Kelly was a 4-time Grand National Karate Champion and the middleweight world karate champion. He was legit. And this guy sparred and trained with Bruce. He also saw Bruce train and spar with Chuck Norris and Joe Louis and the other karate champions and the other martial artists. So we're going to react to what he says, because I see a lot of comments, Bruce can do this, whatever. But I'm only going to react to people that knew Bruce and people that were there. We're not going to be reacting to the haters, and I want to see what the guys who were there said, the guys who sparred Bruce. And so that's what these reactions are going to be about. And so I already know you saw the intro, so we're going to get right in. It's going to be a good one. Lastly, if you want to learn Jeet-Kune-Do, or if you want to learn from me some as well, I do have a course. It's only $10, anybody can afford it, down in the description of this video. Go click the link in the description to join my $10 course. In there, hundreds of videos on Jeet-Kune-Do, Bruce Lee students teaching this stuff, teaching you the real stuff. So if you want to look at that, it's in the link in the description. Let's get in the video. Now, Jim Kelly knew Bruce because he was a movie star as well. He was a movie star in the 70s, and yet again, I already told you, he was a accomplished martial art world champion in the 70s as well. So naturally, he knew Bruce, he trained with Bruce. Jim Kelly was also in Enter the Dragon, one of Bruce's last films, and he is African American. That's a big thing as well. So on top of all that, he was one of the only African Americans that was an actual world champion at the time. So he was in Enter the Dragon, and that's where he got to work with people like Bolo Young, John Saxon, and Bruce Lee himself. And so it's a big reaction. We're gonna get right in. I'll be sure to link these videos I'm gonna watch in the link in the description as well. So if you want to watch them too, they'll be in there.
Always kind of experienced now. You also had John Saxon, Bruce.
Yeah.
Was there anybody else that you remembered specifically? There were some scenes that were your favorites, or some scenes that were more difficult than others because of whatever?
No, I enjoyed working with John Saxon.
Yeah.
John Saxon's great. I was very fortunate to have in my opinion, the greatest martial artist ever lived.
Yeah.
Bruce Lee. I'll talk to you about that later. Probably have questions for me on that. But in my opinion, I'll tell you right now, I fought the best. I trained with the best. I know great martial artists, and there's never been anybody, in my opinion, like Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee was unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. This is coming from a 4-time Grand National Champion plus the middleweight world champion. This is not a slouch. This is a guy who trained with Chuck Norris, Joe Louis, Mike Stone, all those guys. This is a guy who was good and knew that stuff. With that being said, he said Bruce Lee. I didn't say this. I didn't say. He's saying this. We're gonna keep watching. He's saying this. I didn't say this.
Absolutely unbelievable, guys. You don't know how great this guy was. People don't really know.
Well, I think they do, actually, because he's still the icon.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as Fred Weintraub said, when you say Western, some people may think of John Wayne, some people may think of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
But when you say martial arts,
that's right.
Bruce Lee's the first name.
That's right. And I'm not just talking about actor or
right.
I'm talking about martial artist.
Right.
Guy who knew his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This guy was. I don't. There's stories I know about Bruce Lee that I don't even share because I have respect for the people, other people in martial arts, and it's not necessary for me to name names. I know who Bruce Lee sparred with.
Yeah.
I know. They won't tell you, but I know people he sparred with. I never mention their names either. But Bruce Lee was untouchable.
Yeah. Is it in the book? Is it in your book?
No.
Oh, come on.
I mention this, but I never tell the names.
Can I get everybody to swear to secrecy? Can you say one?
That's how you know he's legit. Jim Kelly, he's honorable enough to not even name names, to not call anybody out, but to just say, when it comes to martial arts, he's untouchable. That yet again, he knows the name. He saw it. He was there. And that he knows if he would say names, we would know who they are. But out of respect, he's not going to call anyone out. He's going to say the fact that, in his opinion, from what he saw, he was untouchable. He didn't say Chuck Norris was untouchable. He didn't say Joe Louis. He could have said those names. He could have said a lot of other guys. Ed Parker. He didn't say that. Ricky Washington.
Mix them up. Can you have a jumble of a name?
I have too much respect.
Can I guess?
No, you probably could.
Yeah, I probably could. Because I know a lot of people he sparred with.
I wouldn't confirm it.
Yeah, there you go. That's fair enough.
But I just have too much respect for other guys in martial arts.
Well, go ahead.
Yet there are people that still say that, because Bruce Lee didn't compete in these karate tournaments, he wasn't that good. That yet again come from the 4-time Grand National Champion. Different story. That guy that was actually there, that's the biggest thing. He's saying something totally different, that Bruce was untouchable.
The speed, the timing, the technique, unbelievable. Bruce was the type of guy that he would spar with you. He could spar with a guy. I'm not saying whoever, John Doe. John Doe the great. Great champion. Okay? John Doe.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't matter what size. You can be a lightweight, middleweight, heavyweight. Didn't matter, Bruce. Bruce was lightweight. What did Bruce? 155?
If he wet,
145. 145.
Yeah, soaking wet. Yeah.
Like one, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what, how tall?
5'7", maybe.
5'7", no more. He could spar with anybody, any size. Didn't matter what size you were. And he would spar with you.
He said he could spar with anybody. John Doe the Great, John Doe the Great, any size, any height.
And he would spar with you, and hands and feet. And then he'd say, okay, let's just go hands, just hands.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredible.
That's Kung Fu.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, that's Kung Fu.
Like some people say to me, well, Bruce Lee didn't fight in tournaments because he couldn't use his technique. No, that's not true. Bruce Lee would have made the adjustment to fight in point karate championships. If he wanted to, he could have made the adjustment. You know, a couple of people were his students who were point karate champions. They studied with Bruce Lee, but when they came to point karate,
Students being Joe Louis and Chuck Norris. Yeah, that's what he did say. People might know, if you did not know, Joe Louis and Chuck Norris both trained with Bruce Lee, but more importantly, they didn't just train with Bruce Lee. They signed up for lessons with Bruce Lee. That Bruce Lee, they were not exchanging knowledge, that Bruce Lee was teaching and showing them JKD. They were not trading, oh, here you go. No. That's, as he's already saying, that's why he's not even naming names. Some people think, for whatever reason, that, yeah, again, that they were comparing, but no. Bruce Lee trained Joe Louis for a long time, for a while. And the whole time he trained him, Joe Louis kept winning and did not lose. That's not by accident.
The adjustment. You know, you can make that adjustment to according to what you're doing, and Bruce would have done the same thing. I don't know if I told you or not, but Bruce was, I don't think you asked me, but I will tell you that, speaking of Bruce Lee, guy, it was absolutely unbelievable. You know, it's so many people don't know how great he was. I mean, people always ask me, come up here, they say, Jim, how great was Bruce Lee? I said, you don't really know, and a lot of people won't tell you how great he was, but I will tell you. In my personal opinion, Bruce Lee was a step above everybody. I mean, everybody. And during that era, even today, I mean, it holds up today, but during that era, the 60s and 70s, Bruce was just great. And in my opinion, he was just a step above, no matter how great everybody else was, Bruce was, boom, just a little step above.
His words, that no matter how great everyone else was, Bruce Lee was a step above everybody else. Yet again, world champion saying this.
It was just absolutely unbelievable. I'm talking about sparring. I'm not talking about just working techniques. I'm talking about when it came to sparring, Bruce was unbelievable. Unbelievable. People don't know. They don't know. He's like the.
I love that he made that distinguishing comment, that sparring. And if you didn't know, Bruce was one of the first, if not the first, martial artist in the U.S. that actually promoted full contact sparring with gear. So when they sparred, when Bruce sparred, they had gear. They had baseball shin guards and baseball protectors and boxing headgear. They had gear to go all out in. Because in this time period, the karate guys didn't spar for real because there was no gear. So Bruce and Danny Inosanto, they went out and found sports gear to make for sparring gear to fight, so that they could fight all out. So with that, that's what he's saying, that in actual full contact sparring, we were actually hitting the guy continuously, not doing lockout punches like this and stopping. That he was untouchable, and that no matter the size, no matter who it was, John Doe the Great, untouchable.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. People don't know. They don't know. He's like the Michael Jordan, beyond Michael Jordan.
Beyond Michael Jordan.
It's very interesting. Bruce was the type, let's put it this, Bruce was the type of guy that could spar with you hands and feet. Then after that, he'll say to you, he'll say, okay, let's go hands only. It's just unbelievable. He could go hands, or he could go hands and feet. Doesn't matter to him. And he was a level above everybody, as far as martial arts.
I mean, you can't make it up. Like I said, I'm not saying any of this. Jim Kelly's saying this. Karate champion, guy who trained and sparred with Bruce and saw Bruce spar other people. I'm not saying any of this stuff. That's him, and this is his opinion.
Now, on that note, speaking of legendary martial artists, of course, you work with the legendary Bruce Lee. Everybody knows that. Yeah. And now, just
which, a good point. Too, if you don't know who Jim Kelly is, please, after this video, go look up Jim Kelly highlights. Like, he was good. Like, he knew his stuff. He was good. He was not, I'm telling you, he was a world champion. He's not some slouch, some couch potato. Like, he knew his stuff. There's a reason why Bruce picked him for Enter the Dragon. Like, he could fight, he knew his stuff. And so, like I said, this is coming from an actual source that was with Bruce in movies and actually did stuff. And, you know, after Bruce's death, Jim Kelly went on to make more movies and star and get famous, and like he was accomplished, you know? I mean, especially being an African American, like, in that time, like, impressive. Very impressive. You didn't see that, you know? You did not see that, so very impressive.
Getting into that, what was your experience with Bruce Lee, and, you know, how was everything with the dragon?
Where do I start? I don't think we have time to talk about Bruce Lee. But anyway, yeah.
His skills. You mentioned about his skills.
Yeah, his skills, yeah. Well, first of all, I have the utmost respect for Bruce Lee. I'm glad you asked me that too, because I want to clear up something. You know, I'm on that internet, you know, so I read some of these comments that people have on the internet about Bruce Lee and myself. And about a month ago, I read on there, this guy said that I was back in Cincinnati, Ohio, a few years ago, promoting one of my movies. And I said, when I was being interviewed on stage, that I would kick Bruce Lee's ass. I can't believe that. I couldn't believe that. This guy said that Jim said that he would kick Bruce Lee's ass, and then he got ran out of Cincinnati, Ohio. We ran him out of Cincinnati, Ohio. I can't believe it. First of all, I have the utmost respect for Bruce Lee, and I don't think anybody during Bruce Lee's time, during his era, before he died, I don't think anybody could kick Bruce Lee's ass. Not only me, nobody else. I think Bruce Lee was the greatest martial artist that ever lived. The guy was absolutely incredible.
Think about that. I mean, that's a brave statement. He said, I didn't say that. Brave statement. The best martial artist that ever lived. I mean, those are big words. Those are big words.
The greatest martial artist that ever lived, as far as I'm concerned.
And like when you, obviously there's a lot of pictures with you sparring or just, you know, promotional shots with him and working out. What was that like? I mean, it must have been an incredible experience to see him in action.
Yeah, it was one incredible experience for me to have the opportunity to work with him on the set. I've worked with some incredible personalities. I've worked with some great athletes, and Bruce was one of them. Probably treasure working with Bruce more than anyone else I ever worked with, because obviously we're martial artists. And I learned so much from working with Bruce. And
I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say it again. Four-time grand national champion, karate middleweight world champion. Said he learned so much from Bruce Lee.
One thing I regret in my life is that I never had the opportunity to train a long time with Bruce, spend a lot of time with him, and take private lessons with him. But I did have the opportunity to work with him a little bit. And
Jeet-Kune-Do?
In his system, yes, in his system. And he was checking my style out. As a matter of fact, Bruce saw me throw my backhand. And I've never told him about this before publicly.
I'm gonna let it play and I'll say something.
But when we were working out a little bit together, he said, Jim, who taught you that backhand? You have the fastest jab or backhand or back knuckle strike. Some people call it back knuckle. Some people call it front hand strike. Some people can call it a jab. But Bruce said, I've never seen anyone throw the back knuckle, the front fist as fast as you. Who taught you that?
I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt now. This shows you the character of Jim Kelly. This is why he's one of the greats. He shows you the character right here. Most martial artists, as you probably know, it's very, very ego-driven, egocentric. I'm the best, I'm the baddest, I'm this, I can beat. Very ego. Most martial artists, I won't name, most karate guys, karate champions will say, oh, Bruce wasn't all that, and he was, I was better, and you should learn my system, and whatever. Jim Kelly was humble enough, even though karate champion, very good, humble enough to say the things, his own opinions about Bruce. And then when he decided to say, hey, like something that Bruce said about me, he literally said he's never told anyone this in public. To show he's not trying to just get all the glory hog ego. That he could have been like, oh, he could have told everyone, yeah, oh, Bruce said I had the fastest pump. Bruce said I had the fastest back, whatever. Bruce said he didn't say that. He said it's the first time he's told anyone publicly, because it shows the character that he's not just trying to come out here and say, oh, he's the best and what was me, I'm the coolest. That he's humble enough and respectful enough to tell the truth, say his own honest opinion. And on the side, yeah, I mean, I was good, and I did stuff, and Bruce did say it's about me, but not in a braggadocious way like so many guys do. I'm not gonna name that. So many guys, oh well, Bruce is okay, but I'm better. No, he's being honest and saying, hey, I'm not telling anyone this, but Bruce did actually mention, like, I had a really good, like, fast backhand. He was impressed, I mean, and that's just the character. That's the humbleness, that he's not just bragging about it like most guys really, really would. I mean, incredible. I mean, that's impressive.
I said, actually, Gordon Dover-Sola from Okinawa Tay. And I found out later, Bruce used to take private lessons from Gordon Dover-Sola from Okinawa Tay. And I didn't know this. So in one sense, Bruce was like, he knew how many people could teach Jim throw that backhand, that back fist that fast. So he had an idea. It must be somebody like Gordon Dover-Sola. So, and also, I could share some things about Bruce, but maybe I better save them for my book.
Okay. And speaking of the book,
There you have it. Like I said, great martial artist, obviously, and just something we should all take note of: being humble, respectful. It's telling his truth, what his side of the story is, and leave it at that. There's just so many guys just try to act like they're the best of this and this and that, and will try to put down Bruce to show how good they are. But I believe in the guys that I've had the pleasure training with, your work should speak for yourself, and that you should be able to big up your teacher or the guys you learned from or the guys you had help from. You should be able to big them up, and you be good okay too, As you saw, Jim Kelly, class act, great martial artist, knew his stuff. Yet again, he said it, not me. He said Bruce is untouchable, and that he said that Bruce, you could go with him hands and feet, or just hands. And that yet again, he was untouchable. No matter the size, no matter the reach, he was untouchable. That's a really big thing I want you to understand, because yet again, it doesn't matter how hard you can hit or how strong you can hit or how hard you can kick. If he's not there to hit, it doesn't matter. It's a very big thing. Bruce was very elusive when he wanted to be. Yet again, he's saying he's untouchable. So please like the video if you liked it, and comment down below if you learned something, if you liked this. And lastly, if you did want to learn Jeet-Kune-Do, like I said, link in the description, $10. Big, huge, in-depth course. Let me know if I should do more of these, or if you want me to react to somebody I've not seen. Let me know in the comments. So that's it. Stay safe and keep training. Peace.